So in 87, things started happening that the family doctor couldn't figure out what it could be. Most of the time, he'd give me a prescription and say, hey, this is going to take care of it. It could be a case of urinary tract infection. But all that time, things just started to get worse and worse until the kidney stone developed in 87. So then I went to hospital and they said, okay, let's take a look. They said, okay, it's a stone, it's on its way down, and that's what's causing the pain. I said, okay, sure, all right, so go home, let it pass, and then we'll analyze the stone when you come back in. So they analyze the stone, they say, just stay away from those Haagen-Dazs, you love them too much. You know, so I did that. But that was all they told me. If I came to UHN, I'm pretty sure they would have given me some dietary plan or something. But anyways, I was satisfied with that. Years went on, things still started happening. You know, I was getting swelling knees, you name it. So I suffered with a lot of things since 87. Then come the failure in 2012. After returning from Vancouver, 2011, my wife says, boy, we had a lot of fun in Vancouver. We got to go back in 2012. I said, no problem at all. Let's start making the arrangements. Then June 25th, I ended up in emergency. And turns out to be, now the kidneys are gone. But what happened in that time before they actually failed in 2012? Well, I was on a really nice, strong dose of naproxen, 500 milligrams twice a day. And then later I discovered naproxen is not good for you. So why did the family doctor give me naproxen? Okay. Anyways, that's my fault because Google was around in 2012 and I should have checked what naproxen could, the adverse, effect of naproxen. I should have checked it. Anyways, so I come into Toronto General Emergency. They get me going and said, okay, you're not leaving here because you're going to have to stick around for a while. You've also got a stomach ulcer, likely caused by the naproxen because you're supposed to drink a lot of water with it. And I didn't know, I was just taking it normally. Anyway, so that was taken care of. And then this is when the feeling started setting in. You know, that kind of upset feeling, okay? I wasn't smiling anymore. And so one day, they had to call a code 1 on me. Can you believe it? This same guy. I mean, look at me here. Do I look like a person who would generate a code 1? Oh, sir, code white, yeah. When security shows up, right? Yeah. Do I look like that kind of guy? Honestly. No, right? Okay. But yeah, they did. Because I got this feeling like, you know what? The world is against me. Why is this happening to me? I want to go back to Vancouver. We want to visit Tofino again and go on the island. Oh, this can't be happening. I got too many things to do. I got projects to work on at the time. I was working for IBM. So I had to leave all of that behind, and you start thinking of your career and everything, and it's like, wow, what happened, you know? I'm going to be on dialysis Monday, Wednesday, Friday. What am I going to do? So Monday, dialysis, Tuesday, recovery, Wednesday, dialysis, Thursday, recovery, Friday, dialysis, Saturday, and then Sunday, church, or struggle to get into church. You see, so you get this feeling. But then I met Dr. Scoli and people like Dr. Mucci, who actually, when they come to see you in dialysis, they give you a comfortable feeling. It kind of started with Dr. Scoli because he's from Vancouver, and I told him all about my trips to Vancouver, and would get into discussions about salmon and salmon fishing and the different types of salmon, like marble salmon. Have you ever heard of marble salmon? Probably not. I didn't until I went to Vancouver. See, what gives salmon that color is the krill. It looks like a little tiny shrimp. But true wild salmon don't get the krill every day. And so what happens? They look like a block of marble cheddar cheese, with that orange and speckles. And so that's when things started turning around for me. I started to feel a lot better. And then you would think, okay, this guy, he's turning around, and I didn't expect this at all. You look at that picture. Now, you notice a sketch picture in the background of me. And the reason I wanted to share that with you is because it was actually sketched by one of the dialysis nurses. She didn't have to do it. She didn't do it on her work time. She did it on her off time. Okay? And then putting the words together was done by all the nurses. So not just one nurse. And I'll just scroll down a little bit so you can actually see what the words were that they used. So that's what they presented me on my birthday, March 27th, 2017. And then, just a close-up of the words. I'll give you just a quick moment to read that. Now, you see, how could you not love going in for dialysis treatment after you receive something like that? I'm not Brad Pitt. I'm not even close to George Clooney. But the kind of respect I received when I went in there was that. Now, how did that come about? And I'm not Brad Pitt or George Clooney. You know what it was? It was not being upset at what's wrong with you, but work with the doctors, work with the nurses, because they're there to help you. They're there to make you better. And I think what happens, as I looked at the other patients, the ones getting angry, yelling at the staff and all sorts of things, when I speak to them individually on their own, it's not that they truly were upset with the staff. It's how they felt. It's how they felt, and by taking it out on the staff, it made them feel better. But that's counterproductive. I still know, one patient who received a transplant and wanted to end it all. So why do you, I mean, in your own little mind, you're not a dialysis patient, but what do you think? What would make him want to do that after going through all that dialysis and then want to have that thing removed and just jump? He said he wanted to jump. And I sat back for a little while and I thought about it, and I said, you know what? You said you love being godfather. How would those little ones feel when they walk up to your casket and they ask, what happened to him? And they're going to get a simple story because they're young, but eventually when they grow up, they're going to know the truth. And you know what? I don't think they're going to be very happy. So that, with the treatment he's receiving here, actually changed things. And it got out of his mind. He's doing volunteer things now. He even appears on Chin Radio. He was there last Friday, and Monday. And I was one of the patients who called in. And the radio station was just delighted because I told them my story, how I ended up losing my kidneys. And actually people started phoning in and asking about what naproxen could do. If we can get the word out there, you see this part up here where I started in 1987 with a kidney stone? See, there was more than just the kidney stone when that all happened. There was little things going on, but it eventually developed into a kidney stone. Wouldn't it be nice if we can help people in the future recognize early signs of kidney failure instead of waiting for it to fail, become CKD, and then you end up on dialysis. I think from when I trace back my journey, I believe before 87, if certain things could have been spotted there and say, hey, you know what, that's a kidney onslaught coming. I think I could avoid that thing there in 2012. And I would have been relaxing in Tofino and not sitting on the dialysis bed. So let's push this project forward and get it out there into the communities. And I think we'd be able to prevent 1987 from occurring for a lot of people out there.